This is your 420 Radio News for Thursday, December 19th, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. Michigan House approves important medical marijuana legislation, from Huffington Post. The Michigan House of Representatives voted to advance two important pieces of medical marijuana legislation that will move to the Senate's chambers to be further scrutinized during the 2014 legislative session. Representative Mike Calton is sponsoring House Bill 4271, which would permit the establishment of medical marijuana dispensaries or provisioning centers, but only if individual municipalities decide to allow them to operate within their county. Last February, the Michigan Supreme Court had ruled to authorize county prosecutors to shut them down as a public nuisance. In July of this year, the Michigan Court of Appeals ruled that pot brownies are not a usable form of marijuana under the state's medical law. House Bill 5104, pushed by Representative Eileen Cowell, would give patients the ability to choose the delivery method that works best for their afflictions, referencing vaporization, tinctures, topical creams, and edibles. Colorado lowers medical marijuana patient fee to $15, from the Denver Post. Medical marijuana patient fees will be dramatically lowered to $15 annually beginning early next year, the State Board of Health decided Wednesday. In a 7-1 vote, the board lowered the $35 fee patients pay by 57% to $15. The change is mainly because of the fact that the registry's state fund has made more than enough money to cover its administrative costs, said Mark Sally, spokesman for the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. In fact, there is an excess of $13 million. The $35 fee was slashed down from $90 in 2011. When the program started after voter approval in 2000, the annual fee was $140. The registry is not supposed to make money, just cover administrative costs. Liquor Control Board bans pot from Washington bars, from the Olympian. The State Liquor Control Board on Wednesday adopted a rule change that makes it illegal for any liquor licensed establishment to allow marijuana consumption of any kind on its premises. The rule change likely goes into effect 30 days from Wednesday's unanimous board vote. That means starting on or about January 17th, marijuana smokers can no longer light up on the second floor of Frankie's Sports Bar on Pacific Avenue in Olympia. All Washington bars except Frankie's currently prohibit smoking of any kind, but the owner won a prior legal battle to allow patrons to smoke cigarettes and other tobacco products in an upstairs room, provided that they pay a $10 annual due to become friends of Frankie's. The owner has said that the business at Frankie's is booming since he's allowed second-floor marijuana smoking. His club has about 13,500 members, he said. He has spoken out about the Liquor Control Board rule change and said he will ignore it. The Liquor Control Board has stated the rule change was necessary to bring its rules into compliance with I-502, which prohibits the public consumption of marijuana in public view. Cheyenne, Wyoming debate looms over marijuana legalization in Wyoming, from ADN.com. A debate over whether Wyoming should legalize marijuana may be about to flare up. Representative Sue Wallace, a Republican, said this week that she intends to introduce a bill in the legislative session that starts early next year to decriminalize marijuana for medicinal purposes. Wallace said the death a year ago of her husband, Rod McQuarrie, brought the issue of legalizing medical marijuana into sharp focus for her. She said he benefited greatly from medicinal marijuana from Colorado in his last days. Christine Christian of Jackson, Wyoming, and a registered lobbyist for NORML, said Thursday that her group intends to submit final papers to the Secretary of State's office this week to begin the process of collecting signatures to bring a ballot issue on marijuana decriminalization to state voters in 2016. Wallace said she personally doesn't have a problem with legalizing marijuana for recreational use, but she won't push the issue in the coming session. Some believe legalized pot results in unwanted consequences, from CBS Local in Denver. Some believe that legalized pot is resulting in some unwanted consequences, like Thursday's home explosion in Longmont that happened when police said 3 men were trying to make hash. Police said 3 men were spraying butane into a jar of marijuana to make hash oil when it exploded. One man suffered burns to his hands and face when butane vapors ignited in his garage, which caused an explosion that blew out windows and brought neighbors running. Jim Gerhardt with the Colorado Drug Investigators Association believes Colorado's laws are part of the problem. We're having multiple incidents in 1 year, he said. This is the consequence of legalizing this substance. End quote. This has been your 420 Radio News for Thursday, December 19th, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. When we come back, we go behind the headlines in New York City and look at the pot bust of Bernie Goetz, the subway vigilante from 1984, and the idiocy of these pot stings. You're listening to The Russ Belville Show on 420radio.org. We'll be right back. Hey, tokers and tokettes, Radical Russ here to introduce